Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Zoo. Today I want to try starting work on the Jurassic Park area of the zoo, going through some ideas and getting feedback from you guys in the comment section. If you don't like something, let me know. If you really like something, then let me know as well. Also, at the end of last episode, I briefly mentioned about possibly being able to change the scale of some of the mobs for this area, so we could, my idea was the dragonfly. You know how the dragonfly in our zoo here is like that big. It's like a little tiny dragonfly. Well, I thought it would be cool if we could somehow edit the mob so it became like a big, prehistoric dragonfly that just flew about. I can't seem to find anything on Google that tells me a command to be able to change the scale of the mobs. Nothing. Literally nothing. The only two giant mobs in the vanilla version of the game, and I don't know if they are even still in there, it could have been old information, was the giant zombie and the giant slime. And I'm pretty sure that the giant zombie was removed a long time ago, even from the game code. I know it used to be able to actually find giant zombies in survival mode at one time, very, very early in the days. But the giant slimes I'd never heard of, but I'm pretty sure they've both been removed anyway. So I thought, what about the Golila? Well, what about the MBT editor that I've got? So if I chose Gorilla because he doesn't move, he just stands nice and still for me. But I can do MBT edit, and we can go into this gorilla here and change a bunch of different stuff about him. We can say that he can pick up loot. We can say how much fire damage he takes, how strong he is, and stuff like that. And then I found dimension, and I thought, aha, the dimensions of him. Well, all we've got to do is do this and change that to 2, and that'll make him, or 3, and that'll make him 3 times as big. Boom. No. That obviously isn't what that dimension is. I think it crossed my mind that maybe dimension was like as in overworld dimension, the nether dimension, the end dimension, and stuff like that. However, when I changed it to 3, I've changed it to 1, and I've changed it to 2, I've changed it to 200. I've tried a bunch of different numbers, and he hasn't even disappeared. I thought maybe if we change it to dimension 2, he would go to like the nether or the end and just disappear from here. But he doesn't, so I have no idea what it is, and there's nothing else in here that changes his size or anything else. Position, X, Y, and Z, rotation, X and Z, whatever you would call it. Which doesn't affect us. The equipment that he's got, the motion of movement. Maybe I could change that to actually make these things move, because he's never moved. He just sort of turns every now and again. But yeah, so these guys are, or the scale idea is out. It just doesn't work. So unfortunately, that does actually reduce the... Oh, an itchy head. That really does reduce the amount of animals that I want to have in this area. If I could scale the mobs, we could have all the dragonflies and all the bugs and scale them up really big. But because that doesn't work, I only want to now stick with the larger animals. There's no point having animals that we've already built in this zoo and put them over that side, and they're like that big. What's the point? So we've got dinosaurs and the mobs that we went through at the end of last episode on the page. So there's not too many. I suppose there's about 12 or something like that. Now, this is where I want the entrance to be. We'll knock a hole in this wall here. Probably like from that edging to this edging. The wall seems to be like in the perfect space to take that out. Make that into... I don't want to make it too hidden, but I do want to make like a giant leafed archway and make it more of a sort of Easter egg, if anything. Oh, hey, yeah, I forgot to light all of this part up, didn't I? Oh, my... Okay, we'll leave you guys in there for now. That's hilarious, right? Okay, so that's where the entrance is going to be. Now, for the dinosaurs themselves, let's take a quick look at these dinosaurs. I'll keep my sword on me, but we want to get an idea on size. So we want Triceratops. What else we got? T-Rex. Raptor. I'm pretty sure Raptor is a small one. Pterosaurus. I don't know. Let's just try these. I don't know if any of the flying ones actually fly. Okay, so that's the T-Rex. That's the sort of size that we're looking at here. Why is he out in the daytime? I don't know. That's the sort of size that we want. Now, we want some areas where the trees are shorter than the dinosaurs. So, like, when we're looking, we can see, like, the dinosaur heads over the tops of the trees. But then we also want some areas where the trees are taller than the dinosaurs. And I'm pretty sure that a jungle tree, a 2x2 jungle tree, is going to be taller than this T-Rex, right? He's not that tall. So if we grew this... Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, I think that's a little bit taller than what they usually are. But that's definitely an awful lot taller than the T-Rex. Wow. See, it would be cool if you could scale that up to be bigger, though. I mean, he's big, but he's not, like, crazy big. Can we see how much health he's got? Aha. 160 health. That's actually quite a lot. This is the best sword that, like, in the game. Uncharted, it's got an attack damage of 12, rather than the diamond sword, which has a base attack of 7, so it's nearly twice as good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hits with, like, the best sword in the game. Unenchanted. He's pretty tanky. So, this is the sort of thing that I want. I want a bunch of trees of different heights. And I think I want the dinosaurs penned in. Or do I? There's an easy way that we can do it, so I don't have to do it all by hand, right? If I came out here, I could go into the ground. I could do a cylinder, a hollow cylinder of 98, which is the stone brick, a diameter of 20, so a big ring, 1 block high. And that'll put down, like, I know it's a small pen. It would need to be a lot bigger than this. But that would be sort of like how I would do it. I would do them in round enclosures. And then I would go up by a block. And I would do the same thing, but change it to fence. And boom, then just fill in the corners. It saves me a bunch of time. And we'll just sort of solve a lot of my problems. So then we could put the dinosaurs in here. Now, the only problem is that this isn't going to stop the animals from despawning, because this enclosure is going to be bigger than 20 blocks in diameter, and we know that that's the despawn limit, if you like. If an animal can move more than 20 blocks in any direction, they can despawn. However, using the MBT edit that we have, we can force the mobs to stay, like what we did with the birds and some of the fish that I could actually get hold of. It's really hard work doing the fish, but definitely the birds worked great. The other option is to keep them open, keep it a nice big open area. The only problem with that is that the flying animals are actually going to be able to fly away. And the walking animals, they are likely going to clump up all in one area, like most of the mobs over here do. I mean, the penguins have kept nicely spaced out, perfectly spaced out, in fact. But a lot of the mobs do seem to collect up in one area. The bison's actually done pretty well, but there is a little bit of clumping. The bears are always in that corner. You never see them anywhere else. They're always in that bottom corner. The elephants are always at the front. Yeah, see? They're always in those specific places. Some of the mobs don't clump, and they do just randomly wander about, and that's fine. But if the dinosaurs do, then we are going to have to do some kind of enclosure edging in order to have the feeling like that we're in this sort of Jurassic Park zone. Now, there is something quite cool. If I grab my wand and I change a part of this floor to podzol, set 3-2, which is podzol, the perfect biome for a dinosaur environment, I think, is the I can't remember what it's exactly called. It's like the dry taiga biome, you know, with the big spruce trees, the 2x2. Is it 2x2 spruce trees? I think, yeah, 2x2 spruce trees. The podzol ground with the mossy cobblestone boulders everywhere. It's just like a perfect, mucky, dirty, prehistoric, big trees, lots of greenery biome. But then there's something really cool that we could do with this, right? I cannot bone meal podzol to get grass on top of it, but I think it would be really cool to have the long grass and short grass on top of it. But there's a way that we can do it that I accidentally found out earlier. If I bone meal this and then change the ground underneath this to podzol, shit, it makes you sneeze. Must be the pollen from the flowers. Ooh, I'm not what's it? I don't suffer from pollinate. What's it called? I know you said hibernation. It's not hibernation. You know what I mean? Flower stuff. But yeah, anyway, if we change it to podzol underneath it, it actually keeps the grass and the flowers on top. And as you can see, it gives that really dirty, swampy, but overgrown look. I love it. I really do like it. Now, the only problem is does it, like, when it updates, does it change? It doesn't seem to. It doesn't seem to affect me doing anything. And then the other thing that I want to try is, can I copy the leaves themselves and, like, paste them over here? I can, and they don't just. I thought maybe like they'd just pop off, you know, and just break into the item form. But that's really, really cool. So we can do it either way around. We can either leave the entire biome as grass until the very end, where we then change all to podzol and have all of this grass. Can I bone meal this on now? I can. Oh, sick. Yeah. Okay. So we can leave it all grass and then change it to podzol at the end and make the terrain look really nice then. Or we can make it all podzol to begin with and then just copy and paste bone meal where we want. I think the former idea is actually going to be easier, because if we make it terrain where we have hills, it's going to be easier to change that to podzol rather than trying to copy and paste long grass. Can I just paste grass in the air then? I can paste grass in the air, but not flowers. And I can't bone meal the grass while it's up there. Some strange Minecraft stuff going on there. Okay, what was the other one that we had? The Triceratops. He's like the one that I built in the theme park ages ago, isn't he? Okay, so that's the sort of scale. These are the sort of scales of the animals. Ooh. T-Rex. Would a T-Rex attack one of those? I don't know too much. These are meant to be big, aren't they? So he attacked that one, but not this one. Wow, you're so loud. You're gonna have to die. It's like he's down a really deep tunnel. He might have more. Oh no, I think he had the same health as the T-Rex. Okay, let's get a little bit of an idea then. We're going to leave this T-Rex down here. I want to build a bunch of giant jungle trees, and maybe shorter trees, and maybe... Can we in 1.7, can we do like 2x2 spruce trees? What on earth happened? It looks like you can. I might have had like the glitchiest tree like possible. Or I don't know. I actually really like it. There's nothing. It looks a little weird, but so it looks like it's, yeah, you can. Okay, so we can do these ginormous spruce style trees, and we can do the giant jungle trees, and then if we mixed some normal jungle trees in here as well, I think we could make a really sick looking biome. Now I need to be careful, because if we make these trees too close together, we're going to end up basically penning the T-Rex and the other dinosaurs into a very small area where there's no trees around him and he's not going to be able to go any further. Oh, look at all of you guys. I can't do game mode peaceful. Why are mobs spawning underneath? They don't spawn underneath these trees. You spawn underneath that one. Why is that so dark under that tree? That's better. It was just like, I was like, what? They never spawned under there before. Okay, I'm going to work on this a little bit, and I should be back. Okay, I've had a think. I've just planted a load of trees, basically, but I've done it in, like, a channel. So there's, like, this one walkway down the middle. This is obviously where the main zoo is. We'll come through the archway here. And I think I want to do it like this. I think this is a really good compromise on how we could make everything work. If we have just one stuff falling off my wall, scaring me to death. We would just leave one trail that you just follow. So on this side we'll have like a little leaf hedging or something along here. Do you know what I mean? So you can't like jump over it. We'll make it high. In fact, if we make it 2 blocks high, the dinosaurs won't be able to get over it either, because I think they can only get over 1 block like any other mob can anyway. So it forces you to follow the path, and we can have the path come out here, and we have dinosaurs all in here. We can make it come up this way, we can make it go round and make a trail and then back into the zoo somewhere. So it's like a trail walk. What do they call them? Like a safari, I suppose. Instead of like the zoo, where you have your safe paths and stuff like that, when they're all in enclosures, we have this Jurassic safari, where you can just walk through it like that. But you're stuck to one path. That way you don't get lost. It's easy to find the way around. The dinosaurs won't clump up as easily because they won't be able to walk through the trees. And I think it's just a really good compromise. I think it'll look really good as well. All we've got to do is make the trees 2 or 3 blocks deep, dense. I can still obviously see through, but I've got an idea on how we can fix that as well. What I want to do is just sort of give us an idea on how this is going to look. So what I want to do is just bone meal up. I wish there was a way that you could like increase the strength of bone meal and decrease the strength of bone meal. That would be really cool, right? Like you could, or even like a new crafting recipe for mega bone meal that would actually like bone meal a 100 by 100 block area. Or you can make like small bone meal if you was like in survival mode, just so if there's like a little bit that you want to bone meal and you didn't want it to go crazy like everywhere, you could just sort of dumb it down, maybe like adding stuff to it in the crafting recipe. I think that's a really cool idea. It wouldn't be that hard to make either, and just like change the range of it. There's probably a mod that does it, but it'd be cool to have it in vanilla as well. Mojang Dinnerbone, if you're watching, there you go. There's a free update for you. Okay, so I want to bone meal all this up. I just want to give us an idea on how this is actually going to look. So we then make all of the ground around here podzol. I might as well go into the wall there. We come over this side. We replace all grass with podzol. It's not going to mess anything up. We've already tried it before, haven't we? So we go bang. Replace grass with 3-2. But see, it already looks so sick. Now, what we do is we get the sword, and we grab this, and we go, I want you to be a brush of a sphere, which is, I'm doing the boulders now. Is it, what's Mossy Cobble? Mossy Cobble is 48? Yeah, 48. So we want brush sphere 48, which is mossy, with a size of 1. Small little boulders. We click these and boom, we get, you know, those boulders that you see in the you sort of double them up if you want to make some bigger and some smaller in this biome, you know, the podzolly spruce tree biome. This is exactly the sort of boulders that they have in there, just the mossy cobble has a slightly different texture, doesn't it? But yeah, look at that. So prehistoric looking. Now, oh yeah, on this side as well, the double spruce trees seem to grow a little bit different for some reason on this side. They actually grew how I expected them to grow, with the tall trunks and then the leaves at the top, like this one. This one had a little bit of a smaller one. This one is more like it. But on this side, they started their leaves way down the bottom. I don't know. I actually like both of them. I think I like it better when the leaves are more towards the bottom. And I also put single jungle trees around the place and single spruce saplings or spruce trees around the place, just so we had sort of the different tree. We had like younger trees and older trees. Okay, that looks superb. Really, really nice. Maybe we should change the path block to have an extra block in there as well. Like a dirt, for example, would actually work really well. What about dirt and brown wool? So if we went... Now, I don't know if it's going to mess up the grass underneath. Hang on. I could do this better with a brush. We want, what is this? Dirt and 3512. I'll just write that down. 3512, just so I don't forget. We want this one to be a brush cylinder of 32 dirt and 3512 with a height of 1. There we go. So we can make a little bit more of a oops. Don't click on the oh, it even goes on top of dirt. Does it go on top of the wool? It hasn't, like, yet, at least. Maybe it won't. It probably won't. But this is just going to make a little bit more of a path to follow. Shows you a little bit more of a direction. See, that looks real neat, right? That won't change to grass either, because there's no grass to spread onto this dirt, so that will always stay dirt. Boy, does that look good. And then I think we probably want to make another brush for... I think, do these leaves despawn? They might despawn. We want... No, if I make... No, I can't do them, because it'll go into the ground, won't it? No, I can't. I will have to do all of these leaves by hand. It's not too much of them. They've only got to be at least 2 blocks high to stop the mobs from getting out. I could use... I think I might be able to use World Edit. The only trouble with World Edit is I'm pretty sure it actually doesn't place leaves correctly if you use World Edit. It uses the leaves that despawn. So whenever you place them down, they'll just disappear. At least they used to. I remember doing that on the Simpsons series. Maybe it's changed. Maybe I've got a different World Edit version now that doesn't do that. I've never tried it. I've never had the guts to try it, I suppose. So we need this sort of 2 block high hedge fence all of the way around to stop the dinosaurs from getting out and to stop the player from going off track. I think it's going to look really good. I would like to have clumps of this leaves as well. The trouble is, if we do them the same way as I done these boulders, it actually changes. Look, if I go down here, it changes the blocks underneath it as well. It makes like the whole sphere, not a hemisphere. Maybe I can somehow do a hemisphere, but the problem is if we made that all into leaves, you'd be able to see like the underside, the ground underneath it. Underneath the leaves, and it really won't look that good. Now, we can leave it like that, or you can potentially do cobblestone walls or fence as well to add a little bit to it. Obviously, a fence works because you can't exactly jump on top of the fence, so this can easily go, even if we just done it in like sections. We never done the whole lot, we just do like little bits of it, and like this. I mean, that looks pretty cool, right? I think this could work. Unfortunately, it's a lot less work than I envisioned. I I'm not surprised, because obviously the dinosaurs are all going to have pretty similar stuff. As far as the other mobs go, I think they could all go into this kind of area, but we just keep them on the path. They will likely despawn, but I can go into the NBT edit of this. NBT edit. We can change the persistence required to 1. And now no matter how much room, how much space he's got, he will always stay there. He will not despawn anymore. That's all I've got time for, though. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. And we shall see you in the next episode.